Chances are if you're watching this video, you've heard of a thing called Drc20s or Doginals. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can inscribe, how you can buy, how you can sell, as well as explore the Doginal ecosystem. And I'm going to talk about a couple of the different Doginals and Drc20s that I do like. If you guys are new to Drake on Digital, I talk all things crypto, DeFi, NFTs, you name it. If you like to stay ahead of the game, and if you like to find about trends before they actually even become a trend, well, you guys are in the right place. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's go and get into this. First things first, we are on dogi.market. There are a couple of different marketplaces that you can use for this, but first things first is you need to create a wallet. Dogi Market has this built directly into the platform itself. So if you want to open a wallet, you simply create a new wallet, type in a password for it, and once you type in a password, you will now get your set of keys. So you set it. You actually don't even have to do a password if you don't want, but we just created a wallet. Make sure, I repeat, make sure you do this. Back your wallet up and get those private keys. Before you send any funds to this wallet, make sure those keys work. So even though you copy them or write them down, make sure you try to restore it onto the wallet to make sure it actually works. The reason I say this is if you don't write down the keys right and you lose your computer or your computer is reset, whatever happens, you can't get your money back. You need to save those keys. That is basically like your key to your car or like your key to your house. You don't want to lose that key. Make sure you save those and make sure they work. Now, let's go into how to buy, sell, inscribe, whatever. All right, so my wallet's created. Now I'm ready for step 2. Now it's getting your Doge. You can get this from ThorSwap. ThorSwap is a DEX that you can actually swap native Bitcoin, native ETH, any of these different assets here, and you can swap that into Doge. And once you have this Doge, you'll have the address to do so. Keep in mind, this Doge that's going to be in this wallet will be in the browser wallet that you have over here. So this is going to be a little more advanced of a step. If you are a newer crypto user and you don't really understand how this DeFi stuff works, your best bet is going to be getting Doge off of Robinhood, Doge off of Coinbase, Doge off of any of these centralized exchanges that are out there. Simply just get the Doge and then you send it to your Doge wallet. It will take a couple of minutes to show up, but once you have it, it will show inside your wallet, and now you're ready to go ahead and buy and sell some stuff. So Dogi Market is a layout with NFTs or collections, or these are also called Doginals, and then you have Drc20s on the bottom. You can expand these collections. It will actually show you the top 100 of these different collections. In fact, there's only 89 on this right now. If you go on the Drc20s and you expand this list, you can obviously see there's way more than 100 of these. They got some good names, they got some bad names, they got some goofy stuff. The biggest thing is, like, you guys are on a meme chain and a lot of these are mainly going to be memes. But if you want to simply get exposure to the Doginal ecosystem with maybe not as high of an upside. Now, I'm not talking this isn't going to have a lot of upside. In fact, minimum for these things, I think they have like a 30, 40, 50x, even for the highest market cap. Even though this already has almost 100 mil cap, I could see Dogi reaching a multi-billion-dollar market cap. Easily this will run. Mainly just going on to the fact that Doge is basically the #1 meme coin. And if you look at Dogi, it's ultrasound Doge. The reason I say it's ultrasound Doge is because there's only 21 million in this supply. You can see right here, total supply, 21 million. Now the amount that's minted, all of these have been minted out, so you can't get any. This is the holder base. You can see here it has 9,475 holders. If I simply wanted to buy some of this, this is the minimum amount that I can currently buy because they're sold in these different lots. It's not like Uniswap. You can't literally select different fractions of an amount. But sometimes people list them for lower prices. Sometimes they list them for higher. Sometimes you can get it like 10 Dogi, 20 Dogi. It just depends what you are looking for. But basically, you go through this and you can scroll through it and see what's up. If you wanted to buy a large lot of these, so like let's say, for example, I wanted to buy 250 Dogi right here, I would hit buy and then hit confirm. I only have 5,400 Doge in my wallet, so I currently can't buy this. But this is just something you can keep in mind if you are looking to buy some of these different assets. Now, going back to Dogi Market, if you scroll down and look at some of these different ordinal collections here, if you simply wanted to buy some of these, all you have to do is literally click on it, and then it will load the different NFTs you can buy. You just hit buy, and then you hit confirm. It will send the transaction into the mempool. Keep in mind, Doge is a UTXO proof of work chain. So what that means is if you send one transaction of Doge into your wallet from Binance, Coinbase, wherever you send it from, you have to wait for that transaction to clear from the mempool before you can buy anything else. That's just how the UTXO based chains work. Now, if you send multiple transactions, you'll actually get multiple UTXOs, and you will get these over time when you are transacting and buying different ordinals and Drc20s. Now, Dogi market has the most liquidity for these Doginals and Drc20 assets, but if you are looking to get into the inscribing game, one of the best tools that I like is Find. And Find has its own built-in wallet. I currently have one. It's a browser-based wallet, but this will say download wallet. You'll download the wallet, and the keys that you got from Dogi Market, you can import them into this wallet. There are some other wallets that you can use, but me personally, I like Dogi Market, I like Ordinals wallet, and Find. I've heard some things about Drc20 accidentally spending some of the inscriptions. I don't know, but if you are looking to use that wallet, just be careful. Me personally, I do like the Find wallet and the Dogi Market. And again, the last wallet you can use is Ordinals wallet. Ordinals wallet is predominantly on Bitcoin, but they did just integrate Bells and Doge. I like Bells coin as well. It's a bit more degen, but that's not for this video. But if you go over here on Ordinals wallet and you select the toggle for Doge, this is over here. I selected Doge. You can connect your wallet here if you use your Dogelabs wallet, or you can just do Ordinals wallet. Ordinals wallet would be the way to just simply enter your keys. So you would create or restore wallet. If you're using your keys from Dogi Market, you would hit restore, and then you would enter your keys here. It'll add your secret recovery phrase, and then you can add a password to it. But once you've done that, it's the same junk, different day. You can scroll through here and see what's up. You can buy different Doginal assets and Drc20s, but again, most of the liquidity is going to be on Dogi Market. So if you're just trying to keep it simple, me personally, I would say just using Dogi Market is going to be your best bet. Now, talking about some of the different assets, Doge maps. Doge maps, these are basically maps that represent the different individual Doge blocks. These happen every single minute. So these are pretty inflationary, but they are really cheap. They're like $1 a map. So if you're trying to get exposure to the Doginal ecosystem without having to spend a bunch, you can grab a couple of maps. Maybe they'll do something, maybe they won't, but they've already gotten a couple of airdrops. If you have a little more capital for some of these different NFTs, the biggest thing to look for on these things are going to be with the communities. A lot of these have different communities. Some of them are strong, some of them are bad. Some I like are like Dogecoin punks, Nat Dogs. Nat Dogs are a little bit newer, but they do have a pretty strong community, even though they just minted out. Ordinal mini Doges, they also have a low inscription number going for them. You can see here they're 18,400 and, well, actually, they're starting at 14,578. What that means is like they were the 14,000th inscription that happened on Doge. Currently, there's like millions. So what that means is they were early. Typically, when someone is early, there's a premium applied to something like that. The Francs, I really like these guys. The community is fun. They're cool. Doge Smokes, these are a low inscription. I don't know much about the community, but they may be a good one. Who knows? It's a low inscription number. Same thing with the Toads, also a really low inscription. You got some of the cats. You got Doginal Maxi Biz. It's basically the Doge version of Ordinal Maxi Biz over on Bitcoin. You got Doge Mullet Punks, Doginal Fepes. I think these ones are a low inscription. Yeah, these are sub 100Ks on some of these. But yeah, that's what you can look for on some of these different inscriptions and the Doginals. Me personally, I think they are going to do numbers and they will do well, but I believe most of the gains are going to be had in the Drc20s, especially the fact that they're kind of like fractionalized. So if you only have one NFT, you either sell or hold that, and you can't really take profits on that. Whereas if you have a DRC20, you can sell a little bit unless you buy multiple NFTs. So going to Dogi, Dogi is going to be your first mover. It's hovering around a $100 million market cap. You also have DSEX. This is basically a fundraising token for Dogi. You got dbit. This is a community meme coin. dbit, it just minted out like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. I think it's going to do well. It's got a pretty good community behind it. And there are it seems that there are market makers behind it. You also have Hub. These guys are actually working on something. All of these are memes, but they actually do have a really cool user interface that you can actually view your portfolio. So think of it like DBank. I'll just pull it up for you. It's Dogi Hub. So if you go over to Dogi Hub, you can kind of get a view. It literally looks like a DBank style, and you can connect your wallet up here, or you can simply just go to the wallets, enter your balance, and you can see the balances of the different assets held in a particular wallet. So let's say, for example, I go to this holder base right here, and I click on this guy. They also are working on a indexer as well. And I just say, all right, what's this guy holding? I can just enter this and I can see his Doge balance, his total Doge balance. This is allocated based on tokens and NFTs, but you can see here he's got a good amount of Dogi. He's got some Hub, he's got DSEX, he's got dbit, he's got Pepe, he's got X1, X2, he's got Paca, Inca, but you can see most of his conviction plays are in Pepe, in DSEX, Dogi, and Hub. You can see he has no Doge maps and he has one NFT, a Doge AI Pepe. I don't know, whatever it is. And you can just scroll through and see what's going on with him. Now going back over to the Doginals itself, then you got something like Doby. This one used to be a bridge, but now it's more of a meme coin. Apparently the dev rugged or something. You have Oink. Oink is also a meme coin. You have BM2K. This is basically the guy who created Dogecoin as well as Bells. So it's kind of a meme itself. You have FibWhip. It stands for Forget It, We Bark. Actually, it stands for something else. But they have a large community base. It does have a good amount of holders, but I'm pretty sure these are Sybil. If you go under the holders right here, of course I hold some just in case, but if you go under the holders, you can see here a lot of them have like less than one or one. And this is mainly due to the fact that it was probably Sybil back when gas fees are low. Then you have something like Woofy. Woofy is working on a Uniswap-like protocol on Doge. Is it a rug? Is it legit? Time will tell, but it is actually a working product and it does have liquidity pools, so it may do something. Then you have Dosu. I'm extremely bullish on Dosu, mainly the fact that this guy, this dog, that's the name. Like, it's Kiwasabu Dosu. So I'm just bullish on the fact of that. It's basically just a meme on a meme on a meme. Then you have some more of the DRC20s, Pepe, DDEX, RAR. And you can scroll through and see what's going on. Like, Win, dude, we finally got a logo. Let's go. This one just minted out. I do expect some consolidation and just trading around on this, especially as we get a more diversified holder base. But I think Win will do something, mainly because it did extremely well on Solana. And of course, it's like Win. It's really memeable. Again, guys, this is a meme coin. And the reason why I really like the Doginals and people aren't talking about it on Twitter or on YouTube or even any of these major influencers that you see is because they aren't being paid. You are literally getting in on the ground floor. Whereas you see everyone talking about Cardano or you see everyone talking about, I don't know, the latest coin. Like the other day it was, or not day, but a few weeks ago, it was SAVM. There was a bunch of influencers paid to shill the pants out of that coin. And what happened to SAVM? It literally nuked. So you got to be careful with a lot of these things. You're literally getting in on the ground floor on this. Don't expect your favorite influencer to pump and dump and talk about this thing because they aren't getting paid for it. If they're talking about it, they're literally getting on the ground floor with you. Like, I shared Win with you guys a few videos ago. And it was minting out. So you literally got in the ground floor just like everyone else. Now, some people question like, hey, wait, the gas fee is like more than people are selling it. Some people are running Dogecoin nodes. So if you are running a Doge node, you can actually mint these at a lower cost. But being that you are most likely a beginner watching this video, it's probably not the video to show you how to set up a node. Do I personally run one? No, I don't. But I was buying in on the floor and minting a couple of them just for fun. I'm extremely bullish on this ecosystem. I think it's bright. And just the fact that retail coming in, they're going to look at Doge and then want to do the DeFi thing and play around with these Drc20s and Doginals. You can check out my previous videos on the theses on that. Remember, there ain't going to be that person out there that's just going to be pumping and dumping on you because you're literally getting in on the ground floor. That's why I like the Ordinals, Drc20s, and BRC20 ecosystem. And that's why I talk about it on this channel a lot. There aren't the VCs that are out there literally getting around their shillfluencers and then saying, hey, pump this coin so we can dump on them at the peak. If you're that type of person who likes to buy the tops, well, this is probably not the video for you. And if you simply just want to buy something off of an exchange, this also isn't the video for you. You're getting in a little bit early before the other exchanges. The thesis on this is retail is coming in, and once they have access to different exchanges, that will also bring more liquidity in the ecosystem. We already saw how that played out with Ordi on Binance. Like after the Binance listing, it went from like $4 to over $80 in a matter of a week and a half. Now, lastly, let me go ahead and show you guys how to inscribe. Once you find a particular token that you want to inscribe, you just click on the inscribe section over here. This is on Ordifine, and you inscribe the text. Now I need to find one that's currently minting, but I'm sure you can find some. So let's just make up a name, Dark. Let's see, Dark, 3 holders, 0% minted. So if I wanted to mint Dark, I would literally go to Drc20. I would input ticker Dark, and it would allow me to mint 10 Darks. I'm not going to mint this because I'm just not. But I mean, there's a million in supply, and each mint you get, you're going to get 1 Dark token. Preferably, I like to see at least more of these minted. That way I see having some momentum. But other than that, I'm not looking to mint this. So if you also want to look for some names, Drc20 or drc-20.org, I'll leave a link in the description below. It's also really good to find out what's minting. These are some that were recently added. You can see here Blast is currently minting, Hiva, and then you got CWIF. CWIF literally just minted all out. You can probably see what the price is going on Dogi market, but I'm sure you can understand why this one minted out. It's cat with hat, like CWIF, cat with hat. 100% minted, 83 holders. That's probably something I don't like, mainly because there's not a good holder base. 83 holders. I mean, that's just a matter of like one dude holds 19% of the supply. He's ready to dump on everyone. You can see here it's already inscribed and ready to go. And actually, if you look at the different wallets, it's literally him. He is the floor on this price. He owns all of them. So if you want to go buy his bags, you can do so. But again, you're also getting in on a low market cap, but I just don't want to play in a game like that. Now, if you did find something else that you wanted to mint, you can just scroll and take a look. You can go under more and see the different tokens that are minting out, and then you can try your hand at it. More likely than not, if you're not running a node, it's probably best to simply buy on the floor if it's cheap enough, but you just have to calculate the numbers on that. Here's one. We got W420. You can see here that it's currently still minting out. And if you do W420, you can go ahead and look at the stats on it. This should auto populate when you are typing it on, yeah, here we go. So Ordifine, it already pulls up the 4,200 for you. But if it doesn't, you can get the amount to mint right here. This is the limit per mint. Now keep in mind, if this is 100% right here, that means you can't mint. That means you just have to buy on the floor for something like that. But once you mint, you get some tokens, it will be sent to your wallet. Keep in mind, when you are minting these tokens, do not be cheap. Like if you're here like, let me swing it down and gas, you're going to get stuck in the mint pool. Someone's going to front run you and you're going to get no tokens. But also don't go like, yeah, I'm going to overpay like nuts and ham. You're better off just buying on the floor price. So you want to get like what they suggest on the gas fees and then a little bit of a premium. So if I go to W420, I think that's what the ticker was, W420, it recommends 14.17 Doge for 10 different mints. So I'm basically minting this 10 different times. I would say juice it a little bit, just juice it to like 0.3 Doge per KB or kilobytes, whatever you want to call it. There isn't really a good mempool for Doge right now, like nothing like mempool.space that we have on Bitcoin. And to show you what I mean by this, since this is a beginner guide, this is what mempool.space looks like. It's basically a transaction visualizer to see what the current gas fees are. So you can see here like 27 sats per VByte. It's probably good to go like with 30 just to make sure you get into the next block and you don't get stuck in the mempool. If you get stuck in the mempool, especially when minting these things, you may just be wasting Doge and get nothing for it. So you can't be cheap with something like this. So worst case scenario, you can always buy it on the floor or around the floor. And then going a little bit over Ordinal's wallet, it's the same junk, different day. Sometimes they do have some that they share and say, hey, look, you can mint this. But currently, most of these are just kind of like the main ones that you can just simply pick up off the floor and just buy some of these. So now let me go ahead and show you an example of how to sell some stuff. So here's an example of Hub. If I wanted to sell some of this Hub, I would go ahead and say, hey, I want to list some Hub for sale. I would go ahead and select the amount. You can see here that I already allocated, all right, I'm going to do 500. And basically what this would look like is say, hey, 500 Hub for the price of 10 Doge for one Hub. Once I do this, this will show up in my different listings. How I can also find this, besides going on the particular ticker, is I can go into my wallet address up here and I can click on listings. Once I go to listings, I can see all the different assets that I have listed and I can choose to unlist them or keep them listed. So now that I have this Hub listed, I'm just going to hit unlist and that's it. You're unlisted. So once that transaction goes through, you're good, and that's how you can sell the Doginals. Another tool that's really cool is using Ordifine. You can actually filter based on the minted tokens and unminted tokens. What I really like about this tool is that it shows the deployed time. Obviously, the earlier the deploy time, the more rare it is. Hence why Dogy is going to be first. And you can see the holder base, the amount minted, the supply, and you can click on it to get more details on it. And then you can find the ones that are unminted. So if you wanted to participate in the mint game, you can go here. If you're participating in the mint game, it's best to, especially nowadays, it's best to look for the good names and the community tokens. You can filter based on the deployed time to see if it's an okay name. Like I bet, that's an okay name. Maybe dbit or like dbet, like Doge bet might be a little bit better name. You got 444, you got fork, just different names. You can also filter based on the progress. Actually, no, you can't. But if you could filter based on the progress, that would be cool. And you can see the different names here. You can see there's 308 different ones minting, but always look for the holders. Holders is going to be the biggest thing on here. The more distributed the holders, the better. Now there is an easy way to Sybil this on Doge, but while it's minting, it's more likely and not that it's not a Sybil one. And also what's really cool is if you are looking to mint or inscribe some of these different assets, so not just Drc20s, if you're looking to do the text, you can figure out what you want to inscribe. So let's take, for example, 777.doge map. There's no use in inscribing this because, like, why would you do it? You would literally hit that and then do next, and then it would give you that Doge map. The reason why I say there's no use in doing this is because if we search this particular Doge map, 777.doge map, and I search this, you can see here someone already claimed this. Like, if I'm minting mine, mine's going to be second, and I'm a loser at that point. Like, it's not a good idea. Now, one other cool thing about these different tokens is that you can search based on the different balances. So you can search someone's wallet to see what else they're holding as well. Now, a couple of closing things before we close it out. First is it's a UTXO based chain. So if you buy one of these different inscriptions, it's going to take a little bit of time before you can buy another one, especially if you only have one UTXO for your wallet. You can get more by sending Doge to your wallet. Each transaction, individual transaction, creates a UTXO for your wallet. So as you're buying these different Drc20s and inscriptions, it will create more UTXOs naturally. So don't really worry about creating more. Just buy one, be patient. They're 1 minute block times. 2, when you're inscribing stuff, do not be cheap with gas. If you do, you're going to be front ran and you won't get any inscriptions for it. Number 3, a little bit goes a long way. Some of these are like $10,000 market caps. Some are $1 million market caps. You don't have to invest like $100,000 in these things. You can throw in like 50, 100, maybe $200. And if these do like a 100x and you throw in $100 at it, that becomes $10,000. So just putting that into perspective. Number 4, everything is priced in Doge. Like that's how you price these things. Don't be that guy who's like, yeah, I'm going to price it in dollars. That's not how this works. When you're pricing these things, your goal is to accumulate more Doge. I'm bullish on Doge for this bull run, and I think it's well positioned to pull what a Solana did back in early 2023, mooning from $8 to where it's at now, around $130. Doge is literally sitting, now it's like 14 cents, or actually like 13 cents. But I see it doing numbers. I think it's going to go to at least $1 this bull run, which is kind of inevitable for it. If you want my full thesis on it, just check out the previous videos. The next thing is make sure your keys that you create, you save these and make sure they work. If you are just going to create them and then just be like, yeah, load it up with Doge and don't make sure they work, you may be setting yourself up for failure and losing all of this. Next is when you're buying these things, make sure you study the communities and study the holder base. Make sure it's not held by one person and see what's going on with these different wallets. Some of these, they could be coordinated pump and dumps to where one guy owns all of the supply simply by minting. So if you're buying on the secondary, you're going to get roasted. If you're minting like everyone else, then it's okay. But if you are minting and it's still a coordinated pump and dump, you're just wasting gas at that point. So you want to make sure you are using your gas where it's best allocated. If you want to see which coins and which projects I'm bullish on and see the tokens that I'm accumulating on Doge, you guys can join the Discord. The link is in the description below. I talk a lot of things on Doginals and Drc20s and inscriptions because this is just something that I am bullish on. Discord has other features as well, like you'll get full access to the spreadsheet, the airdrop sheet, knowing which coins to hold, NFTs to hold, projects, all that jazz, as well as some private content that I don't share on YouTube, as well as you can see what I'm doing fully in the market and see which altcoins I'm allocated in accordingly. If you are unable to afford the Discord, I will be doing another giveaway for anyone holding the Wisdom One-Liner Collective NFT. I'll drop a link to that in the description below. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Doginal ecosystem as much as I do. Proverbs chapter 21 verses 9. Better to live on the corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Be good, be righteous. Peace, guys.